We're starting. Shut your mouths. Welcome back to Ryan, everyone. As these fucking nerds and weebs are, I guess, fighting over compi or some shit. I don't know. A lot of glasses being pushed into the bridges of noses, but welcome, because we're going to do something, obviously, that's not super nerdy and pretend to be tieflings and elves and other sorts of D&D monsters. So this is your Dungeon Master Scoot, back again for another week with the Gaffers. And as our tradition, we're going to have the gang introduce themselves once again, do tabletops and bottoms, and answer a question. So Gaffers, this week, I thought we'd get a little introspective. What is one piece of advice that your character would give you?
I can go first. Hello, I'm Robert. I play Nikki, the Human Wizard. And I have a question about the question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a piece of advice that my character would give me in character? Or a piece of advice that I can actually, something useful that I can learn from my character? Because those are very different answers.
Probably the former. It's what piece of advice would Nikki give Robert?
Yeah, be sluttier. It's fun.
Fair.
For something that I
needs
could
to be a
actually
bumper
learn, because I did prepare both answers.
If it's not a butt sticker already.
It should be, yeah, you're absolutely right, yeah.
Pants overrated.
Yes. Equally valid. Something that I could actually learn from Nikki is, don't ever lose your, finding joy in research and learning new things.
I can go next. Deb, I play Tessa, the Tiefling Paladin. So I think in keeping with Tessa's whole friendship thing, I think the advice she would give me is to not shoulder all the burdens myself and to open up more to people, because I tend to not rely on other people, and sometimes that makes it more stressful than if I just asked for help in the first place.
I guess I'll go. Hi, my name is Randall. I play Kiki, the Kenku Tinkerer. I don't think Kiki is actually very big on advice. She'll help anyone problem solve per se, but I think if, she got to know me, she'd probably say something like, blow more stuff up. Which might sound really flippant, but for those that know me, I could probably use some stress release.
Wreck it room.
Just go Wreck-It Ralph, Wreck-It Room, something, just smash some stuff in a...
We should introduce Kiki to Stan the Sledgehammer Man.
That's a canonical character, by the way.
It is a canonical character.
Randall just hasn't met Stan.
That's my version of the Hot Dog Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
Haven's a wild place.
Boy, is it ever. Alright, I'm Kate. I play Allie, our half-tiefling, half-Kitsune monk. The advice that Allie would give to me, most likely, would ironically be to tell me to slow down and to enjoy the journey a little bit more, and to just go for it and not be afraid of the whole going to travel thing. Just maybe not in the middle of a pandemic.
Slow down.
Slow down. Gotta go fast.
Slow down. You move too fast.
Got
the moment last.
Just kicking down the cobblestones.
Alright, well with that, we will rejoin the Gaffers, who have had a very interesting recent couple of days, as you've learned a great number of things. All the Gaffers were visited by various unsuccessful assassins, as various forces from parents to extraplanar folks put those people in a trash can real good. So it has been, it is the next morning after all the attempts, and you have multiple Fae corpses of these assassins there. You've learned a number of things, including you might need to take a trip to the roof of the world, the northernmost pole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is my sending stone wall done yet?
Yes, it happened instantaneously.
So, for the record, for those of you listening in RP, I had used one of the Golden Legion tokens to kind of make a phone wall and like basically give a matching sending stone out to all the delegates so that they could use it to either warn us or we can send aid to them. So we have this big wall of different colors and runes and names and stuff.
Yep.
And I got that idea actually from Kiki, so I wasn't sure if Kiki was going to be doing the local one, but I did burn a token on the global one.
So you
Right, because we had talked about like distributing defenses with those, because they're a limited resource but useful one.
Yep. So
I was just gonna say, no, the only thing that Kiki's done is she contracted with an engineer to create a totally not Pokeball TM for the big gruff land tank that she has that's shaped like a ram, so that she can take it with us on assignments and then pop it out. And it was super expensive and worth every gold piece.
So Kiki has that now.
Mm-hmm.
So you folks gather at the temple to discuss your next course of action, as around the world, once again, your allies have been reporting an increased activity in natural places. And Allie was informed by the rogue that there is something that could very much harm Segretti, this being, this anti-Ioun that has been dogging your steps. You don't.
But there's something that we already have that could seriously harm Segretti.
Say that again, Kate.
You'd said that there was something that we already have that could seriously, or no, it's the thing at the River of the World that could harm Segretti.
It's not the Book of Armaments. It was something else that was at the River of the World.
Mm-hmm. But you need a way there, because that is very far away.
Well, does Kiki, I know that you've been there.
Yes.
With your thing.
So Kiki pulls out her puzzle box and she kind of pets it like a villain does a pet cat. like, my precious. So she first was transported there when she unlocked I think it was the first level, if I remember correctly. So she's been trying deeper levels in the puzzle box since then, so she hasn't purposely tried to go back. So she's not exactly sure how, so she'll ask if we're ready to try to go. She'll ask us to sort of all huddle up if we're ready now. If not, if we need to leave messages or try other things first, she can attempt to see if it'll take us somewhere.
We could always ask Thrax's mom for a ride again. Could you take us to the mall on the River of the World?
Everyone get in the minivan.
Any other ideas on the table?
It's true.
I mean, I can try, right? I have teleport. Kiki, I don't suppose you brought anything back from the last time you were there.
What if we got the book back from the Golden Legion?
Which book?
The one that I took from there.
Right. Do we have a way to contact the Legion?
We do.
You do.
I mean, not to use the tokens, but just.
No,
wait,
you do. Right. There's an otter folk with a mohawk that hangs out with.
That's right.
Hanging out with Tessa now.
I forgot. So I think that might be so Kiki's more than happy to try.
An object from the Roof of the World, I can definitely get us there. If not, I can try to scry on it and hope. Basically, we could end up in a mountain, somewhere else, in space.
Didn't we? There was the book that you brought back, right, Tessa?
Atoms.
Right, that was I gave the book back to the Golden Legion in exchange for a token.
Right, but could we borrow the book or at least go see the book so that Nikki could use it?
I think we probably could.
The book doesn't get consumed, right?
Thinking.
No, it's totally fine, guys.
I think it comes with us, but doesn't get.
They might not like the
It's
comes with us
damaged.
part.
I'm not. Hold on. You end up to 8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range, or a single object to a destination you select. Associated object means you possess an object. I have to possess it. I don't know. It's up to Scoot. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to possess it if I then drop it on the ground as I cast the spell.
You would have to, if you're using the object to tether you there, you would need to go there with the object, because that's your
Alright,
port
that's
to
what I
there.
thought.
That's
Yeah.
your way in.
Oh, it says within
So-
the last 6 months, though.
What about the last 6 months?
The associated object means you must possess an object taken from the
Yeah.
desired destination within the
Oh,
last
you went
6
there a
months.
long time ago.
That was
Yeah.
like 10 months ago. Fuck.
Okay, well, I'll scry and try, I guess. That's
I
an
would
option,
like
at
the
least.
least risky option, please and thank you.
That's scry and try as far as I can do.
Alec can
I
run
mean,
up there, I guess.
It take me a couple days.
Hey, if we roll on the mishap table, then she might beat us there.
Can't Thrax just like call his mom and see if she's? I mean, because that's probably the least risky. I think Kiki's way isn't risky like danger. I just think it might not work. Is my gut sense.
Well, let's try your way first, because it's kind
try
of like
it.
a binary. You know, either it works or it just straight up doesn't.
Okay, so she'll ask everyone to huddle up and just sort of like make sure we're all in physical contact. She's gonna make sure she has her Pokeball, has all her supplies, and that we're all. She goes, oh, also it's cold, very cold, so she'll recommend people get your heavy cloaks or something.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Fran sweater and armor and like extra layers because, yeah.
I have what looks like a nice fur coat, like floor length, really pretty. But it has like slutty cutouts, which seems to really defeat the purpose. It's a gift from Elzoff. It's slightly enchanted. It's mostly fine.
That got a facepalm from Scoot. Which
That'll
is-
get a point of inspiration
it's
from
over.
Scoot as well. That's very on point, Rob. That's very on brand for Nikki. Good job.
from your
Like,
sugar dragon.
It's like a whole,
Yeah.
like it almost looks like a whole skirt, but the entire front is just cut out.
Oh, is this the coat version of like typical
It's-
female armor? Like the
Yes,
like,
yes. No,
covers
it's
very little.
It's like fur coat lingerie for like, you know, when I'm taking it slow with Elzoff and he's really like chilling the room down, like as he gets going.
I was gonna say, I'm sure Nikki's developed some level of resistance to cold or something, given
Not mechanically, but you know,
Okay.
thoughtfully at least. Absolutely.
Kiki,
THOT.
give me an intelligence check, please.
who?
Me?
Kiki,
Oh, Kiki. Okay,
intelligence check to puzzle box.
all right.
Box
What Kiki
check.
wants to do is where is the thing? Okay. So what Kiki wants to do is, solve the first level,
hmm
and she remembers the name of the creator Occam of the. If I for my notes, I see, and she wants to be like, "Hello, Occam. Hi." Let's see. Non-natural 20.
And Kiki, you folks watch the box get completed. It breaks apart into like all these individual cubes. Kiki, you find yourself back where you were that very first time, but all of your friends are frozen. Like under a hold person spell. They're just sort of there.
Oh.
Like they appear fine, like they're breathing, they're just sort of stuck.
Okay. Bad reception. So she's like,
No, but you're
hello?
at
Oh.
the roof of the world. But your friends are
Yeah. Got it. Okay, so she'll be like, Hi, Akam. Hello.
And soon you hear small crunching of snow, as there is now a snow gently falling, and you see that white lizard folk kind of coming down. Oh, hello, Kiki and company. And he kind of
Yes.
walks up to Thrax and touches him, and Thrax is just solid as a statue at the moment. He's like, okay.
Hi. Here on mission. Can you unfreeze friends? Not sure why frozen.
Oh, it's because I needed to talk to you, Kiki.
Oh, okay. Then she'll say to the party, not sure if they can hear or not. She's like, 1 minute, please. Yes. And then she'll give all her attention to Akam.
And he will put his hand out and ask for the puzzle box.
All right. He basically created it. And
So he takes it and so it reforms into the Rubik's Cube. And he takes the top cube and pushes the center one and pushes it all the way in. And it just unfurls into this line of cubes just in the air in front of you.
Like attached in a line or like independent?
Very closely, like magnets are kind of keeping them there. They're just they're shimmying a little bit, but they're hovering. And he goes, "You are a very clever Kenku."
I would like everyone to note, please note that Rob is and has been frozen this entire time.
I wonder how long
And I
it
really
takes this
admire his
up.
dedication.
Yeah.
And he's trying really hard not to smile and break it right now, but it's
And
not
I
working.
broke
And we
it.
can all see it.
Don't mess with him. Let him do it.
Your arm's gonna get real tired.
Unless it's on your armrest or something, which probably would have been the smarter thing to do. He's shaking his head. No, he did not think that out. Anyway, Kiki. Damn it, I was going to vamp this to see how long I can keep that going. So,
That's
God
really funny.
damn it!
They
Made me
hover there.
laugh. I was doing so well until Kate pointed it out, and I started giggling.
but Akam looks at you, looks at Kiki, says, "You're very clever, Kenku, but now I have to. The game is over, and I have to give you a choice."
Game?
Game, yeah. So I can give you access to where the armory is, where this weapon is. I can also let you know when your foe will strike, when and where, what his plans are, and what her plans are, he says, kind of knowingly addressing the puppet master to the Druid.
Mm-hmm.
But it requires a sacrifice for you, Kiki.
Okay.
Inside this cube is the key to your goal.
Kiki just sort of phrases, not actually from a whole person, just she's like, it is in there.
It is in here. In its many twists and turns and riddles is the key to your goal. If you sacrifice the cube, I will give you the information.
So if for people that don't know, Kiki is on this mission to break the curse on all Kinkus, so that's why they can't really speak proper common, and also they lost their wings and can't fly. And even though she has these boots of flight, like, she wants to return herself and all Kinkus back to this pre-cursed state. And she has some clues about it, but she did not realize it was like that close. Okay.
Can we hear in our frozen state?
All of you can hear. None of you can talk. The Snapchats don't work because I'm assuming you.
Damn
would
it!
have
I
been
was
trying.
just about.
Yeah, you would have been trying. You can hear.
Because Ellie has a suggestion for Kiki, but she can't.
All of you
give
can
it.
hear each other, and you can hear Kiki, but your messages just aren't getting to her.
This is meant to be a Kiki decision.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is really painful. So okay,
And
so
Akam will tell you, this doesn't mean your mission is over. It doesn't mean that your goal would become unattainable, but you would close this path for the greater good.
Okay, so what is it? What is at risk is this druid fucking with us in the temple, right? And Sigretti and her fucking with the world in general. That's what he's offering as a key
So
to a
he tells you,
weapon.
he will tell you,
Yeah.
not only will he put you in the warrior's armory right now, you and your friends, he will give you time, date, location, their plans for what their strikes are, and for as far as this druid goes, he will basically give you. It's as if he's reached in and taken this druid's plans, and he will just give them to you and your friends to do with as you see fit.
So this is the plans for the druid, not Sigretti, not like goddess level shit.
Make an insight check, Kiki.
Okay. Well, I mean, she'll like she wants to know what's on the table. Like that's basically
Because
what
I want to make sure like how much you're kind of tracking versus this sort of shock.
Yeah. Let's do that. Plus
First rule, one of the first rules of the night. 10.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you rolled that right, Randall. It's 1d20 plus exclamation.
Oh, I
point
did.
D8. Yeah.
Well, I can just add. The,
Add a d8. Let's see what you get.
One D8. He's using a moment of geniality. 6 of 16.
Okay. So you think back and you kind of think about what this means, and any one of Sigretti's plans that she's put this much effort into is for some very nefarious purposes. Will it unbalance the world? No, but it's going to cause a lot of damage, and what she's functionally doing is trying to prove to the world tree that like you folks are civilization's fucked, nature should just reclaim everything, which is sort of out of her wheelhouse. That's not probably really what she wants. There's a lot of layers going on. But in trade for this, and this does not shut down your quest, it just, you're giving up this progress in this potential for all of this known information he will just hand to you. For the betterment of the world.
Like she actually groans out loud, and then she takes like a little breath, and she just sort of pushes the floating puzzle box pieces towards him.
You see a reptilian hand come and scoop them up, and then it clenches very hard as 5 cubes are now in his palm, and he pushes them back to you, and you take them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And he's grinning quite widely as he's very. He seems beaming with something. He seems very happy.
So Kiki is, pun intended, puzzled because she's very literal. She was offered a deal, and she's basically like, just so everyone knows, here's her thinking. Kenkus have been cursed for millennia. She was born not knowing what it was like to fly, etc. Sigretti's an active threat. People are going to be hurt and killed. Like she's just like, it's like her heart's mission to free Kenkus, but like it's not this active like. So she's just like, that's why
It's important but not urgent.
Correct. So she just that's
so
why
he smiles at you, and there's again this sort of mischievous curl to his lizard mouth, which is odd because like Dragonborn and lizard folk have a hard time with that. Their mouths are sort of like chomp chomp, or at least this one.
Kiki's got a beak. She understands.
And he goes, "Times have changed," and before you can kind of ponder that, you're now in this very grand, like, Fortress of Solitude-esque ice castle, and you hit the ground, and you folks are unfrozen. You're now like, as you come into being.
Oh my god, Kiki. I am both so proud of you, but also I'm very sad. I promise I will help you at whatever cost to help you achieve your goal.
Me too.
Kiki, like she thinks about her birth parents that she's just starting to build a relationship with, and like what it would be like to like have flown with them and stuff. So like immediately, so she kind of like leans into Tessa's big frame a little bit. She kind of just she needs like the actual physical and emotional support.
Bring it in. Group
Like,
hug.
kinda
Guys, group
Kind of
hug.
like, yeah, he's like, he kind of does like the big sis vibe with Tessa.
And
a
also,
little
this
bit.
is nice because it's really cold. And
That's very shady. Allie,
His
make me
Kiki's feathers are all fluffed out.
Allie, make me a perception check, please. Perception check. What kind of bullshit is this gonna be? 34.
Four.
Wow. Such bullshit. Kiki's squawk box is gone. It's not there.
Is Kiki still talking to us?
Kiki hasn't said anything yet.
She's not like bawling, but she's like tearing, like she's tearing up, and like you can't see it because she's engulfed by Tessa's massive hug. Like, but I could see her tears freezing against her armor or something like that.
it'll be okay.
But like, it normally is attached to her throat. There's a little bit there of string kind of keeping the box there.
Yeah. She always whines it each morning and stuff, so she can
Yeah, but it's
vocalize.
Kiki may not notice it yet, but Allie sees it. It's gone.
Yeah. Kiki, we were always going to help you, of course, but now we're even more motivated to do so.
So what happens when Kiki tries to talk?
Sound comes out, and it's common.
Oh my god, Kiki, you're speaking.
What?
Kiki, not to alarm you, but your squawk box isn't there. But you're talking.
Oh, that's brr. She still makes little bird noises, but she's like, "Oh, this is so." I mean, I feel like I'm speaking. I'm not speaking Orin. You don't understand Orin. None of you. She's
I
like,
understand,
I
Orin.
do, but no, you're speaking common.
No, we do, but you are speaking.
Yes.
oh, and then she just goes, "What the fuck?"
An appropriate response, to be fair.
A gift for your sacrifice, maybe?
You've said that many times, but that sounded somehow more fluent.
Because it would sound exactly the same every time she would have said it, right?
Mhm.
It's like a
like
recording.
the same, like your what the fuck recording had a little like
What the fuck?
what the fuck? Yeah.
And then she's like, she'll be like, rubber baby, bubber bug you. What is that? What is that tongue twister?
Rubber baby, bubber, bunker, boo.
Is
Bubby-
the
Bubby-
lizard dude still here, or no?
No, there is no lizard guy.
Okay.
He's gone.
Kiki,
Yes.
is it possible that in the weird way that mischievous but well-intended gods tend to do, you agreeing to make the sacrifice is the thing that broke the curse?
She looks around. Does she have wings?
You got your flaps, like you got your little
No,
your
like-
arms. You do
She'll
not.
try to. She'll not activate the boots of flight,
Mhm.
but she'll jump up and see if she can fly.
You get a little bit of air, and
It's
you
like-
hover a bit, and you're not sure if you would fly like an Arakoa would,
Mm-hmm.
but you can definitely sustain yourself in the air a bit.
What the actual fuck? She's just going to add more words to while she's swearing because
This is a glorious day.
Uh,
What in the
she's
feather
just a
covered,
little. She's just a
icily
little.
frozen fuck is happening here?
Um,
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
she's like, I wonder if it's just me, but there's obviously no Kenkus around. And then she's actually like almost dizzy on her feet because like so
Well-
much has happened.
We can
Yes,
check when
well.
we get back. Maybe your
Or-
parents.
Nikki, would you be able to scry on her parents?
Wait, Kiki's genius brain just about exploded. She's like, I think I might know what happened. She's like, because she found a book a long time ago. She probably explained it to you. I don't know if Allie was part of the group. She's like, and so she'll say like, an object was stolen from a god, and the god cursed all Kinku.
Did you just give it back?
Was it the puzzle box?
Could be.
Could be.
She's like, let's get this thing. She's like, whatever.
Whatever it's called, fuck out.
now and give you that answer. Or
So
you
we-
could Nikki might be able to scry your parents right now and give you that answer. Or if you'd rather, we
My
could.
scrying ball's back at the mansion.
Why did you leave a scrying ball with you fucking everywhere?
Why did you leave your phone at home? God.
I
It
left
had
my
0%. It was
Because
charging.
it's worth 1,000 GP. I'm not just gonna like stick that in my pocket and go walking around.
You have bags of holding.
9,000 gold
It's
right
on-
now.
It's on a nice
Kiki will
pedestal.
show
It's
you.
got it's got a home.
Kiki will show you a totally not Pokeball TM that costs 10,000 gold pieces so that she can bring the big gruff with her.
I'm actually loving this. We're just standing there at the roof of the world having a conversation.
So
Alright, well, let's do
Kiki's
this
like,
with the
got it.
decision.
You left them. You left it in your other pants, and she winks at you. She's just like,
Yes.
She wants something to focus on. She'll be like, can we?
Let's focus on this then.
Yeah, the thing we can get, and she's like,
Okay, so you folks move through the halls of this place, and Tessa, it feels familiar, right? You've been here, and there's something
There was a room. There was
something's
a room.
Where it
pulling
happened?
you. Something is definitely pulling you towards an area of this place. This place is massive.
Am I going in the same direction that I came from before that had the room with all the like swords and shields and
You
the weird
feel like-
crazy axe?
You feel like you're heading that way, but you do pass through basically a trophy room that has heads of hundreds of different critters and creatures and monsters, and some are very, very large. There looks like a T-Rex head in there, and you're like, okay. And these are just sort of preserved. They are dead and gone, but they are preserved.
I would not want to bring a necromancer in here. Side eye to Nikki.
Nikki does her best innocent face.
Thrax looks
She
at
doesn't
you
do
like
that
a
many
disappointed
necromancy
dad.
spells.
So, you folks are now in the map in roll 20. So
Yay.
you come to this room, and it is still very, very cold. But there is this pedestal in the middle with 4 pillars around it at its corners. You see a hallway heading forward, and you hear Tessa. Allie definitely hears it. Most of you probably would hear it too. You hear clanking, rhythmic clanking of hammers on metal.
Is there anybody here? Am I picking up anything with my divine sense? So that's basically any of the good or evil, traditional, bad or good guys.
There's
Angels, fiends,
nothing evil here. There's no fae. There's no divine. There's a
Undead.
very weird. Everyone make me Arcana, nature, or religion checks, whichever you would prefer.
I'm gonna do religion.
I will
Ooh.
absolutely take Arcana.
27.
27. Oh, I'm sorry. I accidentally clicked the advantage button, so
I'm
I
gonna
accidentally
roll
rolled that one
nature.
twice.
So 37.
Still 19. 37.
19.
19.
Crit fail.
Critical fail.
Actually, I also critical failed. Oh no, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I
You
lied.
got a 19.
I can't count. I just
Yeah.
assume.
So, Allie, we'll get to what
I
happens.
feel like it's safer to assume.
Just safer to.
I might not do that.
If you're going to do something, do it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn it out of inspiration.
Yep. And that critical fail
23.
turns into okay. So all of you feel it's a very odd sense. It's some force. The closest thing that you can feel to it is hello. Okay, sorry. I thought I was getting an echo.
heard like a little too.
Yeah, the closest thing you can get to it is maybe psionic that you would be familiar with, but it's not like Darksbane. It's not like Ibarrakum. It's just sort of different. The only other place you felt this before, probably Tess and Allie would know, is whenever the Warlord of the Legion showed up. His power is divine, but it's infused with another source, and that's that sort of like umami of power is here. Like it's not the same
That's an
kind of
interesting phrase.
it's
Right.
just different.
Weeb.
Pot and kettle. Anyway, so you folks are free to roam
Yes.
about the fortress. Just
What's in this room?
Again, it's a slab with 4 pillars.
Nothing.
You haven't checked it yet. You just kind of entered in, had this feeling.
Let's do an investigation. Let's get a 15.
All right.
As you do.
Let's get a 15.
It's not terrible. For a
It's
plus
not
one.
a critical fail.
27
27.
investigation.
I wanted to do an investigation because the
Yeah,
last time
17.
I went into a room with all of us and randomly broke shit, we all got very emotional.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
It's
Keep
smart.
investigation.
Smart.
So, Kiki, with a 27, you're looking at this thing, and this looks like some sort of ceremonial table. There is an indent in the top that there's a few of them. One looks like a sword, one is the shape of a hammer, one is the shape of an axe, and that's the kind of, they're just indented into the table: axe, sword, hammer.
Axe, sword, hammer. So she'll describe that to people.
But to Kiki, this
she
looks
does-
like an enchanting, like this is where magic would be imbued into weapons.
Does it look like it's fitted for a very specific axe, sword, and hammer? Like, or is it like the idea of an axe or a sword or a hammer? Do you know what I mean? Like more symbol than, or is it like, no, this thing should be wedged in here?
There's something that should be wedged in there. Like it's sort of specific.
Okay.
Like it's very general. Like it's not like the edges of the axe are not like serrated in a certain way. It just looks like axe. So if you ask somebody to draw what does an axe look like a double-headed axe is probably what they would draw.
Ooh, I've played this game.
Yeah, so
The
Kiki,
artifacts.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I was
that's
gonna say
Kiki-
what axie knifey?
So you played Axie Knifey Hammer before.
Kiki would have.
Did you guys play that?
Did you not
She
play
grew
that?
up playing. No, Kiki does have like a small hammer, like a tinker tool hammer. So if it was like, if it was like the Fifth Element where you needed like something symbolic,
That's what I
then
was
she could do
thinking,
that. Yeah.
At least
but-
a weapon that could be any of the weapons we need it to.
I have a big ass sword.
But it might also claim we don't know.
Ooh.
Like, if-
No, we don't. I'm not giving up the sword. This is mine.
Kiki can literally make more tinker tools if she
You
needs
just
to.
make like
Yeah.
a really basic sword.
She.
Or
was
we hear. So Allie would be familiar with the sound of forges, right?
Yeah, your brother does it, and it sounds like when Evan works on weapons.
Yeah. Do we maybe want to go in a little further and see if there's weapons there that could be used?
Yeah, let me go first because I'm pretty
Sounds
much
good.
resistant to anything at this
Do
point.
we want to be sneaky, steaky? Kiki will ask.
Sure.
As we're like Tesla's just
Tessa
like
goes
flying,
stomping
flying.
off.
Stealth is
Lay down.
optional for this mission.
Stealth
Well, I
was
mean,
never an option.
whoever is working the forge isn't worried about, staying quiet, but Kiki shrugs. She's like, we could be quiet or not.
Yeah, so they get a lot of visitors to the northernmost pole of the world.
I didn't think anybody was here. I thought it was abandoned. I mean, that's not to say there couldn't be some nasties waiting ahead.
So you want to head there, Tessa? What's the marching? Put yourself in the marching order, because this will be important. So Tessa's leading.
Like
Rax will go in the middle.
Actually, I gotta make sure that the squishies don't die. I'll bring up the rear.
Yeah, I think we'll make the squishy sandwich of Allie, Nikki, Thrax, Kiki, Tessa.
Yeah, that way there's at least one somewhat tanky person spaced throughout the line.
Yep.
I've got my shield out and kind of just
Ready
I'm
to
gonna
go.
move. I'm gonna move over to here, and I'm gonna try to peek around the wall to see what I can see.
I'm picturing all of us stacking behind you and doing like the doot 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 doot.
Kiki's the shortest, so she's like, she's practically at your like hip level or something.
So Tessa, from where you're coming out of, to the left is a door, an iron door, and to the right you see a ravine that seems to cut through this place, and below you is moving water with like ice caps above it. Like large platforms of ice are just moving slowly, but they're moving from north to south. as they
Okay.
flow through this area, like bumping and crashing. And the top, some of them are too big to get there, but there's clearly water flowing under it, as you can see cracks in the ice. Like, you could land on one of them, but, like...
Or
you
it
know,
could just fly across the whole thing.
yeah, like, if you... even, like, looking at them, like, if Kiki landed on one, it might stay afloat, but, like, if you were Thrax or maybe Allie landed on one of the
so it's
smaller
not-
ones, you would go
it's not
down
gonna
into the
hold.
water. Again, it might hold... the smaller ones, depending on how small, might hold Kiki up, because Kiki doesn't weigh a lot, but, like... Nikki and Allie might dunk through into the freezing cold water below.
So yeah, we'll just not go in there. We can jump over it or fly over.
Yep, and there
But
is
what
you
about
see
this
another
door?
way on the side. Oh, yeah, it's just an iron door.
Is there anything, any runes, anything carved in?
There's a handle.
Well, there's
Oh God, this is going to be the whole episode, folks. This is going to be Tessa figuring out the door.
This is
Nikki, are you picking up any magic on this door? Or Nikki, maybe you can see if there's anything weird
Yeah,
about this door.
Can I?
an investigation or
Um,
Arcana check, folks.
Yeah, I'll
I'll,
definitely
I'll,
do Arcana
I'll,
check.
I'll
if you don't
throw in
mind.
a Arcana.
I'll do some
That's a total of
investigating.
Investigation.
18.
25. Ooh, 32.
Uh,
Dang.
So Rob, Nikki, and Kiki know that this door is trapped.
Ah,
Did point that out.
I'm gonna take a step back.
In what manner is it trapped?
I would expect that we'd have to get a little more. Well, investigation maybe.
Yeah, so like there's something on the other side that will probably shoot out at you if you open it without disabling the trap.
Is it a magical trap or a regular trap?
It seems to be mundane from those rules. Or it's magic, but it's not like a poison. It's probably like a dart or something.
Can it be dispelled?
Possibly.
I think he's saying it's physical one.
Also, you've got a giant shield.
I do. I do have a giant shield.
Kiki wants to
It's
give
got a
it.
ram on it. I can just kind of put it at the door.
Oh my
Good.
God. Kiki can also, just as a tinkerer, like dismantle a trap. Like she has both like
Mhm.
lock picks from her Urshan days, but also her tinker tools. She can actually like.
Wait.
It's a thing like locks or
Yeah.
whatever.
So we're assuming there's a trap behind the door, not the door itself.
Mm-hmm.
What if we do this? What if we move back,
Mm-hmm.
have Nikki use her mage hand to open the door and see what shoots out?
I would say have your
Like it.
shield up, but yes.
So is that what you want to do, Nikki?
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah. I will.
And
And then
absolutely,
I'm gonna
yeah.
take my shield and kind of hold it in front of Kiki and I, just in case anything that comes out makes a left turn.
Okay. So you want
Sounds
to
good.
you want to open the door?
Yes, with mage hand, with all of us scooted back.
You're sure?
Yeah,
You're positive?
Yep.
I'm absolutely positive.
You pop open the
Kiki's-
door
Yeah.
with mage hand, and two cream pies come flying out. Stop.
Hell yes, they do.
turn and just bash into Tessa's face. Just poof, poof. Like
It-
they
it
go
has the
around.
shield-
It goes around the shield and hits you.
Is it good? Is it
Absolutely
is
fantastic.
Oh,
it
it's
delicious?
delicious.
Well, you said it was banana cream, right?
I just said it was cream.
Oh, because I'm gonna make it banana cream because that's my favorite.
That's fine. Then, and you're like, it's
Tessa, Tessa,
warm.
I want you to
It's
pull.
weird. Like you're like, who the fuck made this? Like,
I
How is it
pictured.
still fresh?
I pictured Tessa pulling a cookie out of her cleavage and scraping
Oh my God.
the cream off to eat.
They're Nilla wafers.
Yes.
I have Nilla wafers just for the occasion that I run into banana cream pie.
I need at this point, as like Tessa's eating this thing, one other one comes out. I need the rest of you to make anyone that isn't Tessa to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Wow.
Save against. Don't forget your +5 if you're in my. Oh wait, you're not.
None of you are.
I
Kiki
am.
is. Kiki is. That's a critical fail.
Non-natural
that's a word for
20.
that.
Okay,
Before
actually,
Kiki.
Allie, I need you to roll to deflect missiles.
Oh, okay.
Deflect
I need to do
five.
the damage first.
It's 2, like it's 1. It's a pie. Like it's
Okay,
The
embarrassing.
damage to your
It's
pride.
like, what
Yeah.
the fuck
Actually,
do you
then
mean you need the
Then I
damage?
catch the pie.
Yeah, so you
It's psychic damage to your pride if
So-
you don't.
one turns the corner, Nikki, and you're like, what? Bam! In the face. Kiki,
Yeah.
You dodge under the shield, and it whizzes by you, and it does that Looney Tunes things where it kind of looks.
Midair, like you hear the sound of brakes.
And it comes streaming towards you before Tessa just takes it with a wafer and eats it.
Ooh, seconds.
Thrax takes one in the face, and he's like...
Wait, he's got the gloves from Allie.
Oh, he does. So he catches his as well.
Yep.
So you two catch yours. And you're like, okay. And then something happens, and they just both slam into Nikki again. Because she critically failed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything checks out here.
So Nikki is just covered in pie.
In cream.
Although this...
Cream
No,
pie.
no. This one is... One is apple, one is strawberry, one is boysenberry.
Oh.
There's no rhubarb?
Nope. Not yet, at least. But you're just covered in pie, Nikki.
I'm gonna like start to cast Prestidigitation, and then I'm gonna... No, I deserve this. I'll prestidigitate it a little bit so it doesn't like stick in my hair.
Yeah.
You know, like get the really awful parts cleaned off. But I'll leave my face a bit of a pie mess for now.
Okay.
This checks out.
So Tessa, you look
I
over.
absolutely hubrised my way through that door.
Yep. So
I'm gonna
you
peek over.
you look over, and there are these tiny ice creatures that are loading catapults with freshly baked pies.
I'm going to step forward and be like, "Oh, hello, guys. We mean you no harm.
So good.
Your pies are delicious, by the way. Thank
They
you.
fire another one at you.
Well,
What flavor is this one?"
Oh man, they critically hit you. This one's
That means you didn't
pumpkin.
even get to just.
Yeah,
you didn't
it's
even get to
boom.
It
enjoy
hits,
it.
it hits right here.
right in the
actually.
boob
Oh.
window, just boom.
oof.
And they're like, "Why
I
isn't
think you
this
mean just boob.
boob?"
Did they seem to understand her?
Yeah, they did. Tessa was like out of a panic because they're like, "Oh God, something's here!" And they just fired it.
No,
It-
I kind of like raise them.
Yeah,
like, I'm
it's
not gonna hurt you.
it's like in Two Towers where that old guy fires an arrow at the orcs, like not really meaning to, but just it sort of happened. And they're like,
Right.
"Oh," and they all just stop and are looking at Tessa because Tessa is unaffected by these pies, which they seem to be confused about. They're like, "Why isn't she harmed?"
Oh, so
I mean,
Kiki's gonna try through the slap chat. She's gonna be like, "I'm gonna try something," and she starts laughing, like giggling about the pies and stuff. She's wondering if that's the reaction that they want, and so she just sort of like chuckles and laughs about the whole.
You
Pie
watch
thing.
these creatures just like as Kiki starts laughing, they just kind of back down. All of them sit and just begin to have like our head down in like an existential crisis.
Oh,
They
shit!
were the pies to actually harm us.
I'm gonna kind of get closer a little bit, still with my hands up. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
they're all now just like you get this huge sense of ennui from them.
oh man, you guys were just trying to defend this place, weren't you?
Yeah.
Well, I think you did a good job. I mean, you hit me, and I'm pretty big, and I'm pretty strong, and you still hit me. So, good job.
Are you in Leagues of the Damned?
No.
And they all go like, "Oh, okay, that's why they didn't work." All right, and that
Oh, it's
seems
because
to
we're not evil.
Are they holy pies? Radiant pies?
Really?
they are radiant pies. That's
Oh my
why
God.
they're so hot and
Wow.
good. Yeah.
So what do they do for small arms? Do they fire holy cannoli?
Ah!
So you do see one like
Ah!
doing that like thing into a cannon, and there is a cannoli. They're like,
Yes!
he takes a step back. He's like, they were loading a battery of cannoli cannons. Like, no.
Holy cannoli!
How long have you guys been here?
Since the place was built.
Oh, that's thousands of years?
Yeah.
Question mark. Oh, that's you guys haven't been outside, or
Why?
there's lots of things, lots of reasons why. There's food. There's
They gesture
Stuff,
to
too.
to the pies and cannoli.
Pie.
okay. Well, as established, me and
They've
my
got a
friends
fair
are not
point.
evil. We're not here to do harm.
Well, yeah,
maybe
because
you
the
can
pies
help
would have
us.
melted your face.
Maybe you could help us.
Oh. Are you with the champion?
I mean, which one? Do you mean me? Tessa's just confused because she's like, well, it could mean me. It could be like various other champions.
Make an
Yeah,
insight
just
check.
pass
Yeah.
up. It's just like, own it. If someone
14?
asks,
You know what? Yeah, it's probably you. You're the champion.
Someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Anyone else
I
can
mean,
make an insight
that's-
check if they would
I'm
like.
also gonna make
Okay.
an insight check.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's what
I'm
they
just gonna
call
let it
me.
ride.
Oh. Okay. And they all hop down from this ledge.
29.
And they begin to like make a procession, and they like sort of like
Wait.
Munchkins when Dorothy kills the witch. Are like,
God.
come this way, and they begin
Love
like
this.
marching down
Guys
the hall.
are gonna help us.
Kiki with the 2 is like, yeah, sure. It's been a weird day. Why not? I talk now.
Just gonna keep walking down this.
She's like, Tessa's the only champion I know. I mean, it's got to be. Like,
How many
Yeah.
champions could there
Yeah.
possibly
Yeah.
be?
What,
Yeah.
what do I think, Steve?
Allie, you're like, they don't seem harmful. They attacked us with baked goods, so we can see
Holy
where this
baked goods.
goes. Like,
Are
holy,
they
do, I,
Lauren?
do I think they mean Fran's champion, or do I think they're talking about another champion?
they're talking about another champion.
Okay.
I figured.
Tessa, wait a second. Guys, sorry, whose champion do you mean? Like, the champion of whom?
Of all the mortal realm?
Oh, that's not me. I'm just
Oh.
Fran's champion.
I mean, it's kind of you.
Do you mean...
She's
So-
a champion.
You feel, Nessa, you immediately feel the ennui again. It's like, I'll
you
sit
mean
down.
the
Wait,
warrior? The fighter?
It's
Like
ennui. It's
One of the 3 brothers?
all ennui.
Oh, now they're sad.
Well, Tessa's
I
a
wanna-
champion. She's a champion of Fran Sheep.
Yes, Tessa.
And I give them cookies.
Weirdly, that seems to solve it. As they're like, okay, I
Doesn't
mean,
sound weird at
every
all.
problem.
sure. And they just start, like, these cookies are bigger, almost as big as they are. These are like your sort of normal sized choco chips. And they're just sort of like, all right, cool. Good enough.
Wait, these guys are like this big?
Yeah, they're very tiny.
Oh, wow. They're super tiny.
They are like Keebler cookie sized.
So, yeah, could you take me to where you were going?
Yeah, sure. And they get back in this little procession, and they lead you down the hallway. You take a right for you, and you come to this room of forges. And as I'm assuming you're all with Tessa.
Yeah.
You all walk in, and you see that there are hammers, free-floating, like, dancing weapons, just continuously making arms. And sometimes I mean weapons, and sometimes I mean literal gauntlets. Like as if they're putting together a warforged.
Wow.
And you hear this very soft clanking, and it's weird because like 2 of the furnaces are being used as forges to smelt things. One of them is clearly a baking oven, a massive like brick oven-esque pizza situation.
That's where the pies came from.
Yeah.
I was gonna say this is the.
This is the pie oven.
Kiki will pull on Tessa's sleeve and be like, is this how warforges are made? Because she knows Tessa is like a, follower of like Alora and Fran
Not-
Sheep. She must know about sex stuff. Is this how like?
I mean, I think Allie might know more than me because my cousin Evan, he would probably go nuts. But to my knowledge, he doesn't have a bakery in his forge.
He does not know.
Somewhere
I mean, that'd be awesome if he did.
I should put a easy bake oven in this forge.
Don't forget the light bulb.
Kind of slap.
Yeah.
Is there any writing, like parchment writing around?
Oh yeah,
like-
no, they are looking at different codex and tomes. And Tessa, something you recognize is that some of these plans are the same ones from that book you gave to the Legion.
I guess this is where that came
Sick.
from.
Now they're teeny tiny though. They're like their sized.
So there's these magical forges building weapons.
Mhm.
Okay. Are there any swords, axes, or hammers in here?
Yes, there are a number of them.
Well, yes.
Do you guys know what the platform and the entryway is for?
Enchanting.
For enchanting weapons.
And pies.
Ooh.
Both equally important.
Hmm.
Can you teach me your pie enchantments?
Um,
Teach me your ways.
persuade them.
All right, I have a plus 19 to persuasion, so here we go. A 31.
Wow. Jesus. they go. There's like a minute where they're like, "Yeah, okay, sure," and like
I take out a notepad.
yeah, they lead you over to the pie forge, and it's like you see them. One of them is literally hammering one of the pies as if it's a sword, and doesn't seem to
That's
be
kinda
breaking
dope.
it. But like
That's
every time he
pretty
hits it,
fucking
like a little bit of
punching
cinnamon.
the dough. Like
Yeah,
you'd have to
no,
knead
one of
the
them is,
dough,
but they have, like-
punching it.
Yeah, but you know, like when you put it together before you put it into the oven.
Yeah.
He has that, but he has a tiny hammer that looks like one of Kiki's tinkering hammers, and he's striking it like you would a sword when you're pounding it. But every time he hits, instead of sparks, it's just cinnamon is getting put onto the pie before he puts it into the
You can't have too much cinnamon.
before he puts it in there, and then you see it kind of grow to normal size to bake, and then the ones they're pulling out have shrunk back down to their like a size for them to handle.
Aw, it's
Are
cute.
you punching dough, Tessa, as you learn?
I'm taking notes
Okay.
for whatever it is that they're telling me. I don't know what this enchantment. Like, what does this enchantment do?
It makes radiant food.
Ooh,
So it's like poisoning, but for evil people.
I'm gonna write that down.
Kiki's like, they should open bakery at the temple.
It probably do super
Can
well.
do you guys franchise?
Franchise.
Franchise! Nice!
Is there any reason you guys are still up here at the Roof of the World?
Oh, we were sleeping and then we woke up.
When did you wake up?
Some time ago, something activated the fortress again. There was a big lady with
Oh,
wings.
oops.
And
That was
horns.
me. That was my bad.
Horns?
No. Not it was
Oh.
not a you. It was a cow person.
Oh, never mind.
With wings.
Did she have something that looked like this on her? And Allie draws the Golden Legion symbol in the
Yeah,
ice.
the maze lady. Yep.
Ooh. Ooh.
With wings? A minotaur with wings?
I've heard crazier things about the Golden Legion.
Okay, Mala have wings.
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know any.
Now remember,
winged-
they said big, and big to them. Like
Oh.
Kiki is big to them.
But it's a minotaur, so they're going to be big anyway. Because you said cow person.
Like the size of this one, or like the size of that one? Keep pointing at Kiki
No,
and
and
Tessa
they
respectively.
point to like you and Allie, like you sized.
Oh. So a medium-sized cow person with wings who works for the Legion.
Mm-hmm. She had symbol on her.
Dude, I got nothing.
Wait, was it this symbol or a different symbol?
No, it was that one.
Okay.
I would like Allie to roll I'd like Allie to roll a history check.
$25.
The warlord has a daughter.
Ah.
Ah.
I didn't know Willa had wings.
Does Willa have wings?
Not as far as you've seen.
So Kiki will ask if this is where the symbols in the book came from, or is the Legion forging weapons from the manual here?
No,
Oh.
We got woken up. Cal Lady found us doing this, and we're making some weapons to defend ourselves, and pretty much pies after that.
Mm.
We are custodians.
Pies.
Pies are delicious.
Thank you.
So Kiki will ask if we want to ask for an axe, a hammer, and a sword for the table, but like we're not here to make magic weapons per se. Like our goal is to find
A weapon.
the one that will help. So she'll be like, Kiki will talk to them, and she's like, how long ago was the cow lady here?
2 months ish.
Okay, not too long ago. She's like, did she mention a nasty, conniving, backstabbing, problematic?
Why she would want these weapons to be made?
Yeah.
No, she said that we need to protect ourselves because, and they kind of confirm amongst themselves, that skank, and they sort of put that in quotes as if that's the word that, like, this is her name as far as they know, might come here seeking weapons and secrets.
Ah, okay.
Checks out.
Kiki will be like, her name's Sigretti, and she'll cast a minor illusion of Sigretti's symbol. She's like, this is who she meant if she didn't show this already.
The closed eye.
Yeah, not good.
No.
Her or anyone who follows her.
That's what hammer is for. Okay. And they're like, oh, that's what that's for. Okay, and they'll just kind of go back casually.
What hammer is this?
Oh, Champion called it Night Hammer. And you don't know if that's what he actually called it or that's just what they remember it as.
Was this something that was made long ago or that you just made recently?
Oh no, Champion made it.
Old.
Oh. Is it only for the champion to use?
No, Champion loaned things out to people that he felt could use them.
Could we see it? We're currently fighting that skank.
That skank.
That's skank.
And
okay.
one of her associates.
Douche Druid.
Yeah.
That's the bitch.
That bitch.
Yeah, sure. Who has, and they confer amongst themselves again. They're like, okay, we'll go get Tom, and they just scurry out.
Okay.
And,
Sure.
and if
Wanna
you've
get
seen,
Tom.
if you folks are familiar with the labyrinth, do you remember when she meets the little worm that is like living in the wall? Do you see them like just crawl up into some of the cracks and head in there? And one comes back that looks a bit older. He's sort of graying. He's kind of walking with a cane, not because he needs it, but because it's like kind of help the walking stick. And he goes, "Hi, I'm Tom. Are you
Hi,
folks here for the hammer?"
Yeah, we're here to fight against Sigretti and the, quote, douche druid who's been making our life a living hell, and we want to protect the mortal planes.
All right, cool. This way. And he leads you back out the hallway, through the doorway, and he comes to that river of ice. And he says, over there, on the wall, is where the hammer is. But you...
Just like right there.
Yeah. Just mind
Can
the
I
guardian.
see it?
You see a bunch of hammers. Like, do you remember that room where you saw all the weapons?
Yeah.
It's another room like that. It's a lot of hammers, a lot of, but there's hammers that are like a big, like, war maul. One looks like a miner's hammer, big things. And he goes, "Yep, you just got to go find it."
Is this like the Indiana Jones movie with all the chalices
Grail.
to find the Holy Grail?
Is it protected in any way? Are there any, like, magical traps or
Oh,
pies?
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no, not pies. There are guardians there, so choose carefully.
What do you mean, guardians?
There's guardians. There's people that protect it. It's what guardians do.
And do they only show up if you take the wrong one?
They haven't worked in a while, so that should be the case.
Tessa's gonna fly over and land right here.
Yeah, you fly over. Nothing.
Yep.
Kiki's gonna follow her.
Can I... So, there's a bunch of hammers here, and I'm not really sure which one it is.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do some kind of check? Religion,
whatever
maybe?
religion probably help. Whatever you think would be good.
I'm gonna
Can
do a
Kiki
religion
help
check.
her?
Yeah, make an investigation check, Kiki.
I have a 17. Oh, shit!
36.
Okay, Kiki, there are, as you look around, there are 3 on that wall. Like, many of them there are so many that are beautiful and intricate and pristine. There are
It's not that
3 that look gnarled and banged up, and 2 of them have blood stains on them. Like, 3 of them have absolutely seen usage.
So Kiki will point that out to Tessa and the rest of the party. And then she'll look at Tessa and she'll look at the hammers and she's like, would champion clean weapon after fighting? Well, she doesn't know because she's not a warrior, but like...
I mean, I do. So yeah, you don't want to have blood on the blade. You want to clean that off.
Kiki shrugs. She's helped you narrow it down, but she really doesn't know. Like,
So there's only one that doesn't have blood on it.
Well, there's
Like
that
all
blood
general.
on it.
What's on the side here? Like, what are these things on either? So there's like a little stairs to the north and stairs to the south
Mhm.
with some
So
pillars
on-
and pedestals on each.
So on each pedestal is, on the north one, is a big, long, beautiful boomstick.
hmm,
That's a trap if ever I've seen one.
that's bait.
That's bait.
Fate.
What's on the south portion?
There are these three, like, chakrams that are just spinning and orbiting each other.
I'm gonna take one more step forward with
Mhm.
my shield out.
Mm-hmm. Is anyone else hopping over that gap with her, or are we just setting the
I was
bird?
waiting until she gave me enough space to do so, but I'll absolutely hop over the
Yeah,
gap.
I'll move up one more.
Yeah, Kiki's gonna stay.
Rex will
nearby.
move over.
Yeah.
Try and
Nikki,
hope
are you
there's
for
room. I'll move
identifying
over.
the right weapon.
How would you like to do that?
Perception or investigation to figure out which is the right one. I don't
Go
know.
ahead and investigate.
12. I'm not much help. Sorry.
Hammers are not your thing. You don't know much about hammers. Eben would, but
I mean, I could try to identify them, but that might count as picking the wrong one. I'm not sure how, like, what the requirements are. You know?
You have to. I know you're special identifingers, but can you just cast identify from a distance? I can't remember how it
It's a touch spell.
is touch.
Do
Okay.
this test.
I want to look up something real quick on the spell.
Um,
It's not familiar to me, so I wouldn't be able to locate it.
The only thing I was wondering is, don't you have like detect good and evil?
I do. I have a divine sense that it's a 60-foot aura around me that I can proc a lot, so I can do that now. So it's basically a 60-foot range around me but it's really more for creatures like fiend, undead, celestial.
Okay.
If the hammer was consecrated, it would detect it, right?
DM.
Ooh.
good. Do you want to pop it?
Yeah, I have a bunch of them.
Okay, so
I
you
think detect good and evil does
hit
consecrated
that,
objects.
and you feel that of the three hammers that Kiki pointed out to you, there are beings inside of them.
Oh no, sentient weapons.
Oh
O-
yes.
Okay, so guys, listen up. There are things inside those weapons.
Good things, bad
Probably-
things.
Probably the guardian. Are they pinging as good or bad?
One is Fae,
Ugh.
Winter Court.
Okay, that's a trap.
One is a demon that is
Also a
bound
trap.
to that. One is just a soul, like a good soul, but like a very powerful mortal one. Like it's not like a celestial or an Asimar. It just seems like a person.
I do relay this to the group. So it seems off the bat, demons off the table.
Do you think we can?
Unless
Do you think we can talk to them without picking up weapons?
You can certainly try.
so, Kiki was like, Kiki's absolutely leaning the way your logic is going, Tessa. But she's like, and you know, unless champion's weapon can trap demons, as you know, like his ability. But I'm going to warn you, Kiki overthinks. This is what she does.
Well, I mean, one could also argue, what if it traps Fae? And the Druid is Fae, so I guess you can make an argument for any of the three.
Can we try talking to them?
Certainly
Who's
try.
needs-
Hammer.
Allie's
Ah, yes.
I knew that. I knew that minor would come in handy one day. Says Nikki.
I mean, Tongue of Southern Moon, theoretically, any languages they can speak, I understand. And vice versa. So let us say hello, can you hear us? I like that I'm making Scoot have to roll for what happens after that.
Roll for speak to hammer. Roll for him or answering.
So 3 people start talking to you at once.
Well, there's 3 of you talking at once.
They're out loud, though. Like, all of
Okay.
you can hear them.
Oh, neat.
One immediately makes a claim on Nikki's soul.
Okay, not doing that one.
You
Yeah.
might be right. I don't know. I've made some questionable choices in the past.
Excellent.
My soul belongs to somebody else. Thank you.
Sorry, somebody else already called dibs. Next.
He didn't, but he did now, by the way. Just thank you for that idea, Kate.
Yeah,
You
that's
feel
fair.
a cold wind as a very, like, sort of soothing voice. Sort of the way, like, mint feels when you drink it. Comes out and says, hello.
Ooh, I want a peppermint tea now.
Hey,
Haven't seen
who are
Blue
you?
People in a while. People call me Frosty.
Are you a snowman?
I'm a fae of the snow. I belong to the snow court.
Okay, so you're a snowman.
You always tell the truth?
There's a
One
big
hammer.
sigh from the hammer.
I
One of
was over at Kiki. He's Faye.
That's true. He would always
can't tell a lie.
technically tell the truth, yeah.
How did you end up on this plane then?
And in a hammer.
It's a long story. I made some bargains, and it was fulfilled to the letter. It's not how I expected.
Nikki nods knowingly.
If it wasn't for
Alright.
that damnable Inverness, I would be still out there.
I know that name, right?
He's the king of the, or he's the
King
lord
of the current king?
He is the High General of the Winter Fae.
High General.
So he's
He's a
a very powerful ruler. He's just not a nobility type.
Y'all met him. He was the one who came through when you were in the desert.
Yes.
and-
Yes,
yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Allie
cool dude.
hasn't, but y'all did.
You've seen him at Haven. You may not
Yeah.
have gotten a formal meeting.
Yeah, he's
Um,
shacking up with Lily's grandmother.
Wink.
Yep. And I'm sorry. The other hammer. I don't have a name to call any of you. I apologize.
Or 3.
My name's Pam. You
It's
can
like
call
the weirdest version of the dating game.
Yeah, you can call
Which
me.
hammer will you choose?
People, I like to refer to myself as Bam Pam.
How did you end up inside of a hammer here?
Oh, I was a paladin in life, and the champion, I owed him a life debt. So he, after a long battle with some very evil people, and you can feel the hammer looking at the demon hammer, even though it can't move off the wall, but you just sort of feel that, sort of like side-eye. My body was beyond repair. My soul was in danger of being sucked into the hells, and through the warrior and the magi, they put me into this. But I went willingly.
Well,
Which of the hammers, of the 3 hammers, now that we have like the demon one, the fey one, and Pam, which one does not have blood on it, out of curiosity?
Pam does not have blood on her.
I can't believe I'm about to ask this, but Scoot, I would like to insight check what the hammers are telling me.
Make 3 insight checks, please.
Oh, D&D.
Are you reading their body language? Tone.
here's another question, guys. Like, we're supposed to be here for the weapon, but do we want to leave any of these here? Because if the druid comes and claims the demon sword, I feel like that doesn't help us out either.
So we've got a 25, a 39, and a 31.
The Fae is the hardest to read, so I'm going to probably assign that one to the 25. Pam seems legit, and the demon is just
Doing dermal demon things.
doing demon things. He's functionally talking about like soul NFTs, so I'm just assuming most of you are like ignoring him.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
man. Crypto, shut up. Like,
Why don't you buy an NFT?
Enjoy your pixelated monkey picture as an avatar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so Winter Court.
That's the demon.
Oh, I
No
thought it was the
monkey.
Fae.
No.
This kind
The
of sounds like
Fae.
some Fae bullshit.
No, this
Are-
Fae has
It does.
has scruples. Not much.
Hammer,
but
are you
some.
the champion's hammer?
I'm one of them. He had a lot of weapons. He had a thing for them.
I noticed. We're supposed to be looking for one that is the hammer, capital T, capital H, kind of. The imps called it Night Night.
Oh, yeah, that might be me, because that's when they would come to, like, wash me and, do me. I would tell them night-night when they went to sleep.
It's the
When they came to
You'll be
clean the demon skull and mucus off my face, that's what I would tell them.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, Kiki's like, we need a hammer that can take out a goddess? A mean goddess, not a good goddess. Goddess of secrets. Sigretti. That's the hammer we're looking for.
There is a groan from all three of them when you say that name. Even the demon's like, ugh.
The demon's like, oh, that fucking bitch.
Oh, her.
Moria.
And there's, like, but from the Fae, there's a moment of, like, are the old ones coming back?
Well, this
No.
one.
They're working on it.
But she's like, Kiki will be like, which one of you could help us take out Sigretti?
And Pam's like, I might be able to, but if you want the surest shot, you would need to combine the three of us.
Oh, the enchanting table,
Ooh.
which has 3 slots in it.
How convenient.
Can we
So these are
touch
all
the guy?
hammers, by the way. Every one of these is a
Yeah.
hammer.
Well, we can just kind of jam them in. Like, I mean, hammer, axe, they're kind of similar.
When you say
That's a lot
you can
of
just
hammers.
kind of hammer them in, Thrax looks over to Allie and goes up for a high five.
No.
Yes.
I have some standards, Thrax.
He'll
Yes.
turn to Nikki and do
Nikki
the same
doesn't have
thing.
standards. I absolutely have 5 Thrax.
Yeah.
Honestly, don't have standards.
Kiki's like, maybe we should
Except
Maybe we should
pants.
get Tom.
Jones wasn't wearing pants, so like I'm into it.
I feel like Tom's the manager here. Like you see it like a
He's
little
the foreman.
portrait. Yeah, you can see like a portrait
Employee
up
of
like
the
yeah, but we can okay, so
All right.
Pam maybe and then
What
like
happens
let our
if
powers combine.
What happens if we combine you guys?
Oh,
Like,
the three of
do you all
us will be...
live-
No, the three of us will be locked in a struggle for dominance until we're pulled apart again.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Eh.
Would that weapon even work at that point if you all are
Oh.
struggling internally?
Yeah, because we can't live without the others. It's just kind of who's in charge.
How do we merge you together?
You came through the corridors, right? You saw that table on the front?
Yeah.
Where you
I knew it.
Yeah. You would take us there, and we make the hammer.
If
Are you all okay with this?
She's like, well, if it's what needs to be done, and the Fae is like, yeah, this is a thing that's a problem. The demon is not cool with it.
what
Well,
if
fucking
we
sucks
agree to
again.
separate you
Control?
guys once we're done? I mean, it would only be a temporary thing. Maybe there's some way to separate you guys out again afterward.
The demon still does not agree.
I mean, look at it this way. If Sigretti gets what she wants, she's gonna come in here, merge you guys anyway, against your will. And wouldn't you rather be on our side and help defeat her, rather than her
And have a
Take you
guarantee
by
that at the
force.
end of it, we're going to help you separate again.
persuasion check?
And I'm still in the hammer, he says. Yeah, give me a persuasion check, Tessa.
Come on.
You are still in a
38!
hammer. It's kind of like
Nice.
So the Fae is
Either
on
way.
board. The demon just does not... The demon's basic offer is, if I do this, you have to swear to free me once this is done.
Free you to the hells?
oh, like D-hammer.
Yeah, he wants to go back to the Hells. That's where he's from. He's stuck here. He's in a
Well,
cold
we'll
hell
just-
right now.
Do we have the ability to do that? To
You
send
have
him back
no
to hell?
idea.
Could we call in a favor from the Golden Legion?
Do we want to free him? Is that a thing
I
we
mean,
actually want to? I don't particularly want free new demons.
Kiki will say Pam. Pam, do we need the demons agreement for this to function?
It goes a lot easier if all three of us do it willingly. I mean, look, what happened is we used to be... Well, this hammer is pretty powerful before we all got into it. For a while, it was just me, and these other two pieces were just components to, like... When they were empty, I would go kind of crazy, because it sort of split my mind into three pieces, and that wasn't a pleasant experience, so... He didn't really do it a lot unless he absolutely needed to. Stop some cataclysmic event, you know how it is. But then he used the other pieces to put those two schmucks in there. We haven't done it in a while, but to be the most powerful, it would need to be all of us.
Did the champion ask for the demon's agreement every time, or is just like...
He just did it when he wanted to.
Kiki will turn to Tessa and be like, but what about 2 hammers only? Like, still better than 1.
That still leaves the demon one for Segretti. Unless we
I meant not merging it.
Ali's going to suggest through the rings. I don't think we can free him.
But back to the Hells, though? And he wouldn't be able to get back out.
Yes, he would. They get out all the fucking time. It's why I have an entire 2 separate units devoted to demon banishings and sheer. They absolutely can get out.
Kiki's like, letter of the law. Take him back. Free him, kill him. The agreement is to free you. So, I don't know that we can do that.
Allie
but the Legion might help.
Allie wants to know what the demon's name is.
No, he is not going to tell you that.
What should we call you?
Chipotle.
Oh, Lord.
Are you attempting to sound badass?
Yes.
It's not working.
Fuck.
If you're going for spicy peppers, you at least need to go for reapers, but it's too late. We're already going to call you Chipotle.
You gotta really hit the A for copyright reasons. Chipotle.
Weak sauce. Is there any other way to feel besides,
point of inspiration for that, Kate. Weak sauce.
It was just the delivery is what got me with such aplomb.
Weak sauce.
The champion never freed you to the Hells. What made you work for him in the past?
His force of will. Can't you feel it? Or are you
His or yours? Because, honey, I've met 2-year-olds with a stronger force of will.
Oh, you don't feel it, do you? You can't.
Do we feel anything?
Do we feel anything?
Everyone make a wisdom check.
The straight wisdom.
Wisdom
Straight
check.
wisdom.
Okay.
3.
I'm here for
I know,
Allie.
I'm going to spend that point of inspiration I just got.
All right. Wow, test a critical fail.
Another 2.
I'm
yay.
re-rolling. I'm using a point of inspiration for that.
Alright.
What the fuck? 20, unnatural.
So Tess is the one that feels it. There is a sense of will, of sort of an iron will, of like a resonant background of it. So if Tessa remembers her history, the warrior didn't have powers, right? He fought. Is what he was very good at fighting, but there was something always about the warrior that drew people to him, that made him sometimes defy magic and just run down wizards. Like, he was known for doing that in all the legend lore. And it is something that you might know from your family being tied to the Legion in different ways, or having worked with them over time, especially your Aunt Neri and Uncle Balinor, that's something that the warlord and other beings might have as this force of will that sort of warps reality around them sometimes to let them do things that other beings maybe can't do with just magic.
Can I channel it in any way? Using,
you can
like, my
certainly
empathy?
try.
I'm gonna try to channel it.
Make me an empathy check. So give me.
I don't know what that is.
Give me charisma. A charisma check with your proficiency.
Okay, so that is plus 12. 16.
You want to
Can
keep
we help
that?
at all?
No, I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay.
30.
30 will do it. So, Tessa, with your particular empathy skills, you get a sense for it as, like, Allie, you're trying to figure out, like, what the hell this thing's going on about, because you feel like the sort of base magic of the place, because there's a lot of magic around you, but Tessa, you begin to tap into it, and it shifts you a bit as you begin to pull it in with your empathy power, and you feel more decisive. You feel more like no nonsense. Not necessarily mean or arrogant, but like you're not putting up with this demon, you've had fucking enough of him. It's very Dom energy.
I'm gonna sashay up a little bit to these swords.
With all the pumpkin pie in your boobs.
Like, alright, playtime's over. You're coming with me, you're getting merged, and we're gonna have a glorious battle together.
Make me a charisma check with advantage.
As a 24.
About as high as you could get without critting.
Mm-hmm.
The demon hammer relents and agrees to get forged.
Alright, good. This will be easier this way.
Okay.
Alright, so just like... Does anything happen if I touch these hammers?
Which one are you touching first?
Pam?
Okay. You pick up Pam. Nothing happens.
Ask if Pam can help, says Kiki. Could she help with the process, the logistics, everything? I don't know.
She goes, no, I'll tell you how to do it. Just get us over there.
Alright, I'm gonna grab the Fey one next.
Mm-hmm.
Does anything happen?
Nope.
I'll take... I kind of like shuffle the two under my arm, and then I grab the third
carry
one.
Pam if it would be helpful.
Yeah, I'll hand Pam over to Allie.
Allie, make a strength check, please.
That's what I carry ever. – 19.
Pam drops in your hands like Thor's hammer.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Like just onto the ground, like meow meow.
Maybe you need to take each one like at a time, Tessa, over to the table.
No, because Tessa was carrying both of them just fine.
I was carrying both of them.
Oh.
It's just decided that I'm not worthy to carry it.
Oh.
So I'll grab the demon's sword. I'll kind of shuffle it with the Fey sword.
Allie, make an insight check, please.
33.
Yeah, you're definitely picking up on what Tessa's doing, like this sort of new vibe to her.
Yeah.
And when you look down at it, it's not that you're not worthy necessarily, it's that like you're not exuding that same energy that Tessa is at the moment.
Magical bullshit.
Oh. No, the confidence bullshit.
Yeah, the force
The
of
will.
will. So
Alright, I'm
will.
gonna come over and pick up the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Alright.
try? I'm just like, since Pam's still sitting on the ground,
This is
right?
like the
Sure.
adventure.
Oh my god.
Sure, make a strength check. Nikki.
I'm super good at that. My +0. It's a 10.
Yeah, you... Nothing.
Kiki, do you wanna
I just wanted to try. It's fine.
Kiki's gonna pull a Black Widow and be like, that's an answer, like, to a question I don't. She's like, I don't need the answer to that question. She's like, she has nothing to prove. She's like, I don't give. Like,
Alright. Tessa's gonna fly back over.
Yep.
Bring these to the table, just kind of unceremoniously dump them on this stone tablet.
bonk, 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 bonk.
And you hear the Fae just like, ugh.
But you're a sword, you don't feel it.
I'm a hammer.
Hammer,
I mean, you're a
hammer.
hammer, you don't feel
Oh, Kiki's like, what's your name? She asked the Fae Hammer.
You
What
mean
should we
it's
call you?
Frosty?
Oh, Frosty.
Yeah,
Frosty
the
the
Fae is
Snowman.
not giving you his real name. That would be a
Oh,
very
of course
bad
not.
thing for him to do. So do you slot them all into the hammer things, Tessa?
I want to ask Pam first about the process before I start actually
So
doing
she
anything.
says, lay us in, put us in Frosty, the demon, and then me. Press us down, and then get out of this room.
All right, guys, maybe get behind me back towards the exit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and like get out of this room.
Also summon her shard blade as a shield, which I can do. So we've now got double shields.
2 shields.
Is there anything that Kiki knows about just like forging and enchanting items that like raises any help she could give Tessa, or anything like that seems off, or anything like anything to like tone
All
down
of this
bad?
seems a little bit off.
Ooh, I have a thing I want to do.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to cast a magic circle around myself.
Got it.
That will, in case something goes wrong, that prevents any fae or fiends or nasties from escaping that circle.
Got it.
So I can try to deal with that if something goes wrong.
So you're staying in the room, or the circle stays and you leave?
Well,
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I can leave.
Does it
It's
move with
just,
you?
Let's see.
No, the circle stays. You can cast magic
Yeah.
circle on an area.
Okay, it's not on you. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Is there anything that Kiki's like? Is it off just because it's unfamiliar, like it's like ancient high level
This is
stuff,
a
or is it
weird
like
process that you've never seen before. It's
Okay.
just you.
Yeah,
if
so
you
lack of familiarity? Not
Yeah.
not like doesn't pass the smell test kind of
Right,
thing.
just
yeah,
like
we
this is a
can
new
come in
thing.
and out of that circle too. So I will cast the circle around it and then press it in, and then GTFO, but just to make sure it's contained in that circle. So I'll head
Right.
out with you guys because I can step past it. It only affects like fae and fiends and stuff.
Okay, so you circle
Actually,
down.
Kiki's gonna move to the other side of over the river.
Like over there?
Yeah, she's just a little like.
I mean, I'll go wherever you guys go. If you want to go into the area, that's fine too. I'm over here. All right, let's do it.
So you lay them out. How do you lay them out?
Frosty, Demon, and then Pan.
Okay. As soon as Pam hits in, they begin to sink down. There's an immediate, that sense of force of will begins to become like almost palatable. You can taste as you back out. And
Okay.
there's an intense, bright, blinding light
Miss
for a
Anna-
moment.
And in front of Nikki. Oh, sorry.
Pushing Nikki into the
You're
wall.
joking.
And as you, after it subsides, sitting on the top of the table now is this beautifully grandiose hammer. It's long, two-handed. It has a very intricate head that is picturing... It's carved and inlaid like you've seen dwarven hammers be, but there just appear to be like almost a slideshow of battles that are engraved into the head. So like as you watch it, it slowly morphs and changes. So like the carving, like the side, like where the carving is the picture, everything, eventually like the hammer will move up so it's solid, and then move back so it's a new scene of this great victory from somewhere in the world at some point in the timeline. Some you're familiar with, some you're not, and as you take a moment to watch it, you actually see this image of a male kitsune with no top armor on, with a shield, 2 spears in his leg, defending a massive tiefling man in front of a wall with many like swords and spears pointing at them, as a dwarven cannon is peeking out through a gate.
Is that your dad, Allie?
Yeah. Can't be. He's not jumping off of any ramparts.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know. It might be my dad, actually. Alex looks a little closer. Is it Bramba?
Oh, that's the scene of Brahma saving King Rin. Your
Okay,
dad's
that's
like
right after he jumped off the
after he
ramparts.
jumped
Sorry.
off the ramparts. Yes,
Yeah, so it is.
and it just again it shifts, and it's just sitting there.
I'm gonna take it.
You pick it up, and it feels incredibly light in your hand.
This is like a two-handed, like,
This is a
warhammer,
two-handed,
right?
like, warhammer, and it just feels incredibly light.
I'm gonna, like, kind of, like, toss it a little bit, like...
Yeah, you're tossing it like a twig.
Anybody want to try?
Nikki definitely wants to try. It's gonna be hilarious.
Strength check.
Kiki's like, I don't know.
13.
You
I
should
got
do-
stronger.
Wow.
Tessa, you want to see Nikki lift this thing, right?
I want to see what happens. I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen.
I
don't want her to be
on
harmed.
So
I just don't want her to be hurt.
You watch as you hand it to Nikki, and Nikki, sort of like somebody getting buried in a bench press or a squat, like very slow. It's very slow, though. It's not like an immediate bam. You're holding Nikki, and you have it for a second, you're like, oh yes, and you're like, nope, as your strength slowly gives out and it sinks down to the ground.
That's pretty sick, actually.
That went differently than expected. I wonder if Pam had something to do with that.
I think it's your will. I think what you want to happen, like if you wanted Nikki to be able to lift it, then she could, or at least would give it.
When Kiki says that, I'm gonna change my thought pattern, I guess, and say, I want Nikki to lift this. And I ask Nikki to try again.
Comes back up, Nikki, weighing next to nothing.
Yo, that is extremely cool. I'm also like very confused because this doesn't line up with any like magic theories that I know of. Like you didn't cast anything. Like I was watching. Like
that kind of telekinetic magic is not really what I do.
Yeah.
You're an empath. Yes, you do.
Telekinetic,
not psychic.
not telepathic. Telekinetic is moving
Right,
objects.
I forgot. I was like, wait a minute, you do that shit all the time.
So Kiki will she won't touch the hammer, but she'll kind of go up and she'll talk to the hammer and she'll be like, do we call you something different now?
No.
Now that all three of you?
It's Pam.
Oh, okay.
Pam.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we should probably get out of here.
Yes.
Nikki, can you teleport us back? Unless we
Pam,
wanted
are there any
to...
other weapons that we should be aware of here?
Oh, there's boatloads.
Oof.
Right,
Maybe
but
we
any
should-
that would be particularly helpful against Sigurdi or the Douche Druid?
Oh yeah, boatloads.
Suggestions?
I mean, you just go back in that room we were in and just take stuff, I guess.
Like the chakras and the boomstick.
Mm-hmm.
Is anything going to happen if we take that stuff?
Oh, some of it's guarded, yeah.
So Kiki will ask, like, the group, like, do we think it's worth the risk to give us advantage in the fight against Sigurdi?
If we don't take them, she might.
Oh,
We know that.
but they've got pies to defend the place. Says,
What's
Allie,
the pie?
make a history check, please.
Not the pies.
we should just surround the items with pies.
The rogue sent you here for one item.
Okay, don't get greedy.
He is going to point that out.
It's like an Aladdin
Right.
touch nothing but the lamp moment.
It might be.
Nikki, no! Not the book!
Actually, Nikki, as you walk in, those
Oh, no.
chakrams are replaced by a very arcane-looking tome.
I shouldn't have said it.
Do I watch them get replaced? Like as I walked in, are they like
you folks
shape-shifting before
left
my
to
eyes?
look at the hammer to go do the hammer thing, and you come back and they're just gone, and there's just a
That's
book
shady
there.
as fuck.
Tessa, did you say that we should grab additional weapons?
Tessa did.
So
Allie-
Allie
I called that out loud.
Allie's gonna hop back across the gap. So Allie at this point is aware of the palpable like will/dom energy that is coursing through the room. Allie's not an empath, but Allie's gonna channel a bit of that dom energy when she just turns to Nikki and says, "No."
And as you do that, Thrax is about to do it, and he's like, "All right, I don't have to now."
Is Nikki reaching for her like reading glasses that give her like protection against cursed tomes? She's like, but what? What? Oh.
Oh God! But we have we have food at home, Nikki. You have a whole text that a wizard librarian has been trapped in for like several millennia back at home that you haven't even gotten to explore yet.
Oh my God, that's like telling a bibliophile at the bookstore, you don't need another book. You haven't finished those books at home.
You haven't even started those books.
All right. First of all, I'm just gonna do a thing real quick.
Oh no!
I'm gonna just do
Nikki,
it.
no.
Okay, I rolled super high on my wisdom save. But Allie, can you give me a perception check?
Self-imposed wisdom save.
Yes.
I'm for
Correct.
him.
35 on
I
the
know.
perception check.
I know my character. Okay. Yeah. You. I mean, like you looked for it before it happened. My hands are twitching like a fucking addict.
Yep.
You should probably take me somewhere else.
He's going to like kind of just grab you by the hips and steer you out of the room.
As you do
I'm
that, Thrax
trying
will just
very
throw.
hard to be good, and trying hard is not always
Thrax
enough.
will throw her over his shoulders and just walk and fly over the fucking gap and just like. He's got you like he's very used to doing this with Bosco and there's like Tessa's baking thing, so he has you in this weird lock that you would need magic to get out of. Like you would have to bamf.
But like how Nikki's now facing back toward the room
Yeah.
where the book
So
is,
you can
seeing
see
it recede as Thrax
Allie-
carries her.
Allie
I'm
still
not
has
going to
the
make you
shield.
roll again, Allie. With a 35,
Allie's
you
shield
hear a
is
small
absolutely
whimper.
up, blocking access to the room right now. Room is less visible because Allie and her shield are walking behind Thrax.
All right, guys, let's head out.
So, Kiki will just sort of call out loud, like, Akam? Because he promised also, like, plans and stuff, so she doesn't know if he's going to, like,
Yes.
Oh
bamf us out or, you know.
no, you have so one of those. You remember how he gave you those 5 cubes? One
Yes.
is gone. There are 4 remaining.
Oh, I thought she pushed them back.
He pushed them back to you.
Oh.
Mhm.
Right. So one was to get us here, or?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So Kiki will ask, she'll kind of like snap her fingers in front of Nikki's face, like,
We
um,
need you.
you teleport us home, or I should use one of these?
Yeah.
Like, if it's risky. She's like, if it's risky, no. But then it's like,
No, literally everything in my pockets is from where we want to go.
Oh, before we leave, I want to give the little ice things a little packet of Cinder Meg that I have for their own
Aw.
purposes. This is a parting gift.
Oh, thank you. They go, okay, cool. Hang on. And Tom goes back, and he comes back with this, like, very pristine snowflake in a glass case. And he gives it to you.
Oh, this is beautiful. Thank you.
Yep. We'll see you
I'll-
again.
Try not to break this. Okay,
Roll
so I
to-
got like the hammer in one hand, and I got the glass.
it's very delicate. It's a very delicate.
I have the hammer in one hand, a very delicate glass thing.
Only smash one of those.
In
I'm gonna
case
do
of
the wrong
emergency,
Really?
Kiki will point to the snowflake thing, and she'll ask Tom. She's like, in case of emergency, or just pretty. She'll ask Tom.
Pretty.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, so
I'm
you
gonna put on top of my fireplace.
Great place for a
great
snowflake.
place for a snowflake.
Well, is it like is it a real snowflake or like a glass?
It's made of glass.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So you folks, Nikki bamfs you back home, and it is now less cold, but still kind of cold. It's not roof of the world
Still
cold.
the nub.
Yeah, it's still
Thank
the nub.
Fran.
Still winter, right?
Yeah, it's still winter.
Yeah.
But
It's a little bit.
yeah, and as you folks kind of settle back into the temple and into the estate, Kiki hears her parents talking, not in Orin, but sort of freaking out. it sounds like they've just woken up and they're speaking in common and they're like, what?
Kiki will tell her friends. She's like, I'll be back, and she'll rush up to her parents. She's like, you too, you can do it too.
Yeah. And they're baffled by this because they have gained the ability to speak common fluently, which is not something they could do. And your mom's like, yeah, I mean, your father was talking to that lovely Phil guy, and then he started just speaking full sentences, and Phil just didn't notice because I don't think he notices things, or he just doesn't seem to care. I don't know which one it is, but like he came back and he was just talking full sentences with them, and we freaked out because we don't do that. It's not how we work.
Oh, Kiki's like, try this, and she'll flap her arm wings.
They look at you and they're like, your dad, who's a little more portly for a bird, also flaps, but doesn't quite get as high as you. Your mom, though, doesn't fly, but gets a very huge lift, which extends her jump.
She's like,
they just start screaming in a panic.
No, it's good. I helped eat it.
They're freaking out.
If you ever see the videos of like the pug screaming, it's like, just like Kiki's like, no, it's good. The curse is broken. Old curse is broken.
They look
She'll show them
utterly confused. Like, what?
She'll show them the book, and she's like, Kenku's cursed, and like, long ago, ancestors stole a thing, and I think I returned the thing, and so now we can do the things. And she nods, like she's like, visual aid.
Yeah, they're just like, this is mind blowing to them, and they both just sit down, and they're just processing. They're like, what in the hell? And then the mom looks up to Tessa and goes, say something, like, just say something, please.
What do you want me to say?
And she mimics Tessa almost perfectly. So she seems confused by this.
Because she can still do mimicry.
She can still do mimicry. It's like,
it's a racial trait, yeah.
Well, you've gained some new powers. Congratulations.
Kiki's like, it's good. She'll sit down, just like nearby with her parents, just be like,
yeah. And your mom is very clearly trying to process it. Your dad just basically goes to bed and just lays there. Just like,
does he go to his recliner chair? He just
kicks it out. He's staring. Yeah, he's staring up at the ceiling of the barn that the geckos were using for their summer projects. And he's just like if there was Sports Center, he would watch it, but there isn't Sports Center where I am. So it's like,
or the History Channel.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
She'll give them time. Kiki will give her parents time to process. Yep. She's very, very proud of what she helped to accomplish, but she's like, ooh, I guess Kenku's all over the world now.
Suddenly a big change.
She'll be like, Tessa, can we use the conclave just to get a message out that people shouldn't freak? It's a good thing. Can you help with
Yeah, sure. Do you know where? I mean, do the Kenkus tend to live in all over?
They're all
okay,
over.
We can just send out a bulletin. We can send
just a
out
general
a news bulletin.
Yes. She'll help craft a simple statement just saying that this is.
Fine.
It's not to be. Why I picture the guy doing Morse code with the stones, even though you're clearly just talking to them. There's people everywhere just translating
beep, 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 beep.
What the fuck? That can't be real, right?
This particular one, the message you guys might be sending out basically starts with "Be not afraid."
Yeah.
Biblical style.
It's cool, bruh.
It is the year of the Kenku.
There's a lot of freaked out birds in a lot of places right now.
Yeah, because people might be like, it's it's end time. Who knows? What is this? And it's it's a good thing. And she'll, Kiki will have this moment of vanity, and she'll sign the message, Kiki Winggiver. She's gonna change. She's gonna take a new last name for herself.
Nice.
That's she decided. And yeah. So that's all. She just wants a basic statement let it be known throughout the lands. This has happened. It's a good thing. people shouldn't be scared, and just like as little as possible. But she'll try to do better than a CDC announcement.
Low bar, very low bar.
So you folks bed down for the evening now that you have this new weapon, and
You
as
request you please panic inside your hearts.
Keep it all inside.
as the night passes, Tessa, you're awoken by the sound of Bosco eating something.
Oh no.
Nom, 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 nom.
So I'm not sure if he's throwing up or eating something, so just like bolt out of bed, because I've done this before. And what is
This
he
dog
eating?
is eating a whole ass apple pie.
Where did you get that?
He looks up to you, his mouth just covered in cinnamon and apple bits.
Did you steal that from the kitchen?
He shakes his head no,
Where did you get the pie?
and he looks up at the snowflake.
Does that snowflake just create pies?
No,
Oh,
but in a day or so in the higher reaches of the mountains, you get reports from the people that scout up there that like they've been hearing forge sounds and they can't quite find it yet.
Hearing what sounds?
Like the
Forge.
sound of forges, like metal being
Oh.
made.
Did they come back with us?
Maybe.
Are they supposed to come back with us?
They've been in the mortal plane. They're
Okay,
at
so
the roof
they're-
of the world.
Okay. Okay. As long as you didn't steal that pie, just chew it a little bit more thoroughly. I don't want you to like hork it back up.
He nods and just begins horking it down as fast as he can, as if you're going to take it away from him.
We actually have that problem with Yoshi. We can't give him carrots anymore because he like just swallows like the little carrots whole and then he just throws them back up.
oh,
Corgis
Okay.
are weird.
Baby.
But yeah, and that's where we'll leave the Gaffers tonight with some definite changes that have happened in the world, both locally and globally.
We now have pie gremlins in the mountains.
Yeah,
pie day, pie gremlins.
we have pie gremlins.
I'm pleased with this.
And on that note, thank you all for coming to Ryam, and we will see you next week.